Hey everyone, Jeremy from Daily Marketing here. Today, want to go through a little bit of a hack on how to best get the most mileage out of your content. So I see a lot of people, and I kind of do this a lot myself, where I beat myself up thinking, every single thing I've got to do is be super duper original, right? And that's true. You want an air of originality, and you definitely don't want to be stealing. Of course, don't ever do that, right? But one thing, that you can do in order to kind of get the most mileage possible out of your content is take and transform it. And I'm on Gary Vee's website, and Gary Vee, I think he gets a lot of hero worship and he also gets a lot of haters. But there's some stuff that he does right, some stuff that he doesn't. And I think that one of the things that he really does right is he's really good at transforming his content into lots of different mediums, if you were, right? So if you pay close attention to his content, you'll go to his YouTube, right? And I'm not going to play his videos right now, but you'll notice a lot. If you just go into like a lot of them will be, so he's got his Gary Vee show. So he's filming at the same time that he's podcasting, right? And then a lot of these will be, especially the shorter videos will be compilations of like the longer videos, right? So, I don't know if this is specifically the case for these videos, but he'll take and pull, out of this 54-minute video, right? 6 minutes here and like break that out, right? And if you look at his social post as well, he's going to turn around and say, okay, like, look, these are old videos, and things like that, shots from his videos or what have you. This is from his keynote, right? And it's a 57-second pullout, and maybe it's got like, some photos or, like some drop quotes. This is such a good example, right? This is I guarantee this video is on his, YouTube channel. And I guarantee that, audio clips of his keynote or whatever have also been a podcast episode. And then that podcast episode has been remixed, etc. And so, I don't want people to compare themselves to Gary Vee, right? He has a team of something like 16 people running around doing this. But I think the point is that you don't have to spend as much time, really, creating just completely original content every time. You can remix stuff. You can pull out valuable pieces into like short little teasers and things like that. And so you're releasing new stuff all the time. But it doesn't have to be these, hardcore original thoughts every time, right? You can reiterate and you can change things so that people will, everybody will consume a little bit differently, right? And so, one thing, kind of getting into the strategy of that, there's two things that have worked for me. And so those two things there's the pyramid, right? So pyramid, and not pyramid scheme. I'm not saying join an MLM. Don't do that. But then there's also the teardown, and I prefer to do the teardown. And the pyramid is kind of the other route. And so pyramid is where you start with very small, discrete pieces and you build your way up, right? So start off with social posts, start off with 30-second rant videos, right? On Instagram or what have you. Then you build up to like some infographics, maybe some longer videos, maybe some short blog posts. And then you're building up into like ultimate guides and, things like that, right? The other, so it builds up into a pyramid. The other approach that I've seen that works really well and works better for me, start off by making a massive, massive piece of content. Like, if you're going to film a video or something like that, right? Like maybe like do like an epic video filming and do like a couple hours worth of video where you start to finish do like, I don't know, an e-commerce like store setup. That's going to be something I'm moving on, in my videos. I'm moving from deep dives into kind of more practical stuff. And so, I'm going to do like an e-commerce, if not the first, one of the first, and just start there and just do like start to finish. Like, here's how I'd set up an e-commerce marketing program, right? And then tear that down. So that's, like basically plan it out, work really hard, get it done, and then just edit it down into, shorter videos, right? And then write out some of the lessons learned. Those are blogs, right? Or have somebody write them for you, and then take those and do drop quotes and do short videos into social posts, right? And so you basically start with one massive piece of content, and then you cut it apart and repackage it 100 different ways in order to kind of get the most life out of it possible. So I like the tear down method, but some people like the build up method too. So it just really depends on your personality and, how you like to make content. So hopefully this has been useful. I think that a lot of people don't know that a lot of the big creators kind of remix and reuse a lot of their stuff. But I think that once you realize that, and you realize that, doing different takes on it and doing slightly different edits actually provide people with, a lot of value with something that you've already created. I think that that's, kind of empowering and helps people from not feeling as overwhelmed when they're making content. So thank you all for watching, and happy marketing, everyone.